Start your week smiling with your friends Kathy Zant and Michelle Frechette. It's time to get ready for some weekly motivation with WP Motivate. Happy Thursday, Kathy.
Happy Thursday. It's 100 degrees.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is here. It's been raining today. Let me check. Let me check the phone. What? It never recognizes my face when I really want it to. It's 78 here and it's raining.
That
It's been
sounds
raining
glorious.
all week. It's been raining for like 2 weeks. The corn here is so high because we've had so much rain this year. Yeah, and it's delicious too. I have to say. The corn on the cob has been amazing. Yeah, so good.
Texas and August together are just kind of like a shit sandwich. It's like, there's nothing good about it at all.
It's a shit sandwich. Is it between two cow patties with a nice layer of shit in between?
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the bread on that sandwich?
Texan has a
cow patties.
Maybe if I say it in a Texan accent, it's like two cow patties. I don't even sound Texan. It's like, what's the Chicago girl trying to do? Shut up. You don't even sound Texan.
I don't even know what a Texas accent is, quite honestly.
I'm no good at it. I'll sneak into Wisconsin there somehow and ruin it all.
My daughter always used to say, Mom, just don't try to do the accents. Just don't try to do the accents.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm good at a lot of things in my life, but accents is not one of them.
See, I get like weird when I like start talking to someone. Like if I talk to somebody from like New York, like Long Island for too long, then I'll say something like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go get some water," and like it'll slip out. Like where get down, like where that come from?
Some
like
water.
I'll pick up. I'll just pick it up. It's
do you want some coffee with that water?
Yeah. Well, first I gotta talk to my daughter about the coffee with my water. That'll slip out.
Then we can go to Boston and park the car.
And honk the horn like 50,000 times before we park the car.
Well, I hear that I have a Rochester accent. People tell me I have a Rochester accent. And I guess that means, I don't know, I don't hear it, but I guess that means we have a broad A. So I guess other people say, I don't know how they say it, Rochester. We say like Rochester. So like
Rochester. Yeah.
Rochester. I guess that's our accent.
Yeah.
I don't hear it. I think I sound like every newscaster ever, but I guess not. That's the beauty of newscasters. We all think we sound just like them. Like they have that like middle of the everything accent that everybody identifies with. It's like, I want that accent. I need that accent. I don't know how to get it. That's the accent I want.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny because my kids mostly grew up in Northern California, so they don't believe that they have accents at all. Like they see my Chicago accent will slip out enough, but they don't think they have any California accent at all. They just
That's so
think,
funny.
that they're perfect. And I'm like, okay, what's the store? Costco? Like Californians, they don't say the T. Like Sacramento, they don't say that. They say Sacramento. They lose their T's. So I finally figured out my kids do have an accent. They drop their T's. Santa Monica, they don't say Santa Monica. They say Santa Monica. They drop T's. That's a California accent.
That's also a Western New York thing because here people don't wear mittens. They wear mittens. Like they literally, but they have a glottal stop. And like, what are baby cats? They're kittens. There's a glottal stop whenever there's T's in the middle of a word. And I live in Hilton and I always say the T, but if you're born and raised here, you say Hilton. You swallow that T, the glottal stop all the time. And I have a friend who says they think it's because that in this area was settled a lot by people from Scotland. And Scotland's dropped their R's and, Scottish, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. All I know is I used to tell my daughter, there are 2 T's in the word kitten. If you forget the first one, say the second one, please.
That is so funny.
Oh, Mom.
That is so funny.
Can I tell you some exciting things that have been going on? So
yeah,
I have had such a great opportunity recently to speak with some amazing people in the WordPress community. And I have to tell you, so I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit because I built the perfect tool for this. I wanted a speaker for my meetup for this week. And I was like, who could I get to be a speaker at my meetup? And so I went to wpspeakers.com and
Yes.
I found Femi Lewis, who I knew, but I had like didn't think, oh, I should ask Femi, right? But she's in my speaker database, so she's somebody I can ask. And she gave a great presentation to WordPress Rochester's meetup this past Monday. And I was
That's
like,
amazing.
people engaged with her. I actually reached out to her through my website and said, hey, could you give the talk that you gave at WordCamp Montclair again, but to the Rochester meetup? And she's like, absolutely. And she did, and it was so cool. And I was like, Femi, you're a rock star.
That is so
Pretty awesome.
awesome.
And she's speaking at WordCamp US.
Really? That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah. Hey, I noticed that the speaker lineup is a little diverse.
Ooh, who would have thought? I
I
love
didn't
it.
think it was possible for a major word camp to actually like be able to do that.
Well,
That was tongue in cheek. That was snark.
like Asia did it. The
Yeah.
US can do it. I'm looking at you, Europe. Just saying, I applied to be on your team to help with that next year. Knock, knock, knock. I'm on the other side of the door. Um, I'm hoping that I can help with a more diverse lineup. I also think it's not a bad thing if you go to wpspeakers.com and you sign up as a speaker. There's a box that you can check just yes or no. Are you an underrepresented person? I don't ask you what your underrepresented status is. I don't ask you if you're gay, if you have a wooden leg, like anything like that, right? Like any of those things. To use a scooter like I do, like any of those things. But we could put boxes on the speaker applications that just says, are you an underrepresented speaker? And then we have statistics to say,
Yeah.
you can't always see representation, which I agree with, right? I talk about that all the time.
Right.
Sitting on a screen like this, you wouldn't know that I don't walk well because I'm just sitting on a screen. But if you don't have statistics, then you have no fodder to say, actually, we have 45%, underrepresented or something like that. So then we can only go by what we see and what we expect. So yeah, so I think there's ways to do that. And you're right. WordCamp US, I was like, I'm on the team, right? I'm not on the speaker team. So I didn't know what the speaker lineup was until I saw it with everybody else. And I have to tell you, I cried. I
Did
had
you? Yeah.
goosebumps and I cried. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was sending everybody that I know, like even to my daughter, I'm like, oh my God, it's so awesome. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
great. That's great. Yeah, it was good to see. It was really good to see. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great word camp. Good flagship event. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. And Stellar WP, where we both work, is one of the sponsors of the Pride Party. So, putting our money where our mouth is kind of thing and standing up for
Yeah.
diversity and standing up for people. And I'm excited about that too. And
Yeah,
I bought
very
an
exciting.
outfit. I bought a very colorful outfit.
Did you?
Hasn't come yet. Well, the headpiece is supposed to arrive today. Yes, I said headpiece. It's gonna be
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. It's going to be and the after party, the official party is at the
Mhm.
Smithsonian. Like who?
I know.
That's going to be so cool.
So
I haven't
cool.
been there in like 20 years. I'm just super excited.
And
And I
because
get to
it's a government building, right? The Smithsonian. I should be able to get anywhere I need to on my wheels. So it'll
Oh,
be fully
yeah.
accessible. And I'm
Yeah,
on the
that's really
accessibility
nice.
team for WordCamp US. And I have to
Yeah.
say, the diligence in accessibility for this event has been so, so good. Alex Stein is also on the disability or the accessibility team, and he's a blind man. So he's been checking
Mhm.
everything from that standpoint. I've been checking
Nice.
everything from my standpoint. I've been making sure that people have access to the menus. We've published the menus because we want to make sure that if people have, you don't even have to be an allergy. There are people who have uh, processing issues with textures
Yeah.
and things like that. And so they can see that they're not demanding that we have special food for them, but they're somebody that reached out to me and said, I just want to see the menu so that I know if I have to get food for myself.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
know that they could make, we all can't say, I need a special diet. And they're not asking for special. They just want to know. And so we were able to
Yes.
publish things like that. So it's exciting
Yeah,
for
that's really
sure.
great. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times it's communication. It's like
Mm-hmm.
really just being very open and honest and letting people know like here's what we're doing and why and how
Yeah.
and being open for feedback
Mm-hmm.
because I think everybody who has an accessibility challenge you don't expect perfection, but you just expect like an open line of communication. Like, hey, I'm having an issue here. Thank you for letting us know. We want to solve that right now. And because it's so hard to put yourself into the shoes of another person. There's like a number of different kinds of accessibility issues. So I don't think it's like an expectation of perfection, but just hearing the fact that there is an accessibility team and there's so much diligence in trying, that's so cool.
Oh, we have thunder, so you may hear it come through.
Oh, no, I didn't hear it.
I muted
Cool,
myself.
though.
At first I thought that there was a hurricane, like an earthquake or something, and then I realized that it's thunder because it's raining. They've been mowing too, so I was like, what's going on? But yes, no, I think it's accessibility is huge. And here's the thing too. You can make mistakes by trying to do the right thing with accessibility. And you can completely do the wrong thing. So, and that, I shouldn't say this is the wrong thing, but somebody asked where they're having like tables set up for different like contributor day and things like that. They want to make sure that there's a wide berth so that people like me on a mobility device can get through and not have to figure out how to get to where they want to sit. So they're making sure the tables are spaced far enough apart that anybody in a wheelchair or walker or whatever can get through. But then they asked me, should they have tables with like where there's chairs removed so somebody could pull up in their wheelchair? How do they do that? And I said, honestly, as somebody with a mobility device, I would rather have either move a chair myself or ask somebody to move a chair than be told where to sit. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. Right. Yeah. But they were trying to do the right thing by making space for wheelchairs. But honestly, unless it's a booth where the chair is not movable, I would rather go, well, I'd rather sit over there, kind of thing. So
yeah. Nice.
And there have been in my past, and I won't say where and who, but where people were trying to be so nice and told me where I needed to go eat lunch because there was a place for me, and I was just like, oh great, so I don't get to eat with my friends. But I didn't want to not do what they asked because they'd gone to all the trouble, and I don't want to do that to people at WordCamp US. So so just make sure that there's movable chairs and plenty of space for people to get to, and it'll be good.
Nice. It'll be good. Very cool. It's like what, 2 weeks away? Is it 2 weeks?
I know
weeks?
It's
2 weeks.
And it's less than that if you're going to the community summit, which I am. So I go out on the 21st in 11 days, drive down, and then I have community summit for 2 days, and then WordCamp for 3 days, and then home again.
Wow. Yeah. This is my last big trip, I think, of the year. Is like I've done a few over the last few weeks, and my daughter did not get to go with her band in junior high school to Washington, D.C. So she's coming along. She's like, you get to go to Washington. I didn't get to go because of COVID. I want to go. And I'm like,
I get to meet Claire. Right. That's what I just heard. I get to meet Claire.
Yes. You get to meet Claire. And if you mistake her for Taylor Swift, she won't be hurt.
Will she be like, who the heck is this purple-haired woman hugging me, Mom? Because I'm gonna want to hug her. Like, is she a hugger? I hope she's a hugger.
She's a hugger. She is. It's her first day of school today, and she's like, I was up until 1 because I knew it because it was 8, 9 that there was all of these things that triangulated into secret code that Taylor Swift was going to announce Taylor's version of 1989 last night. And so she stayed up till 1 o'clock watching on TikTok.
Did anything happen?
Yeah, she announced last night, but Claire had to be there for that. She's been waiting for like a week and like trying to figure out, because Taylor has like all these secret codes of like,
I've heard,
so I haven't paid much attention to Taylor Swift until Claire got really into it. But now that she's dragging me into it, it's like, okay, I'm here for it, and all the stories and the music. And so Taylor Swift is like the soundtrack of my life right now. I took her to Nashville, and Broadway, where they have all the bars and the crazy live music and everything. We've got Taylor Swift up loud as it can be, driving down. I'm like, just turn it off for a minute. No. And I'm like, roll down the windows. No, you're embarrassing me. And I'm like, child, this is like live music central. This is where like Taylor got started. Okay. Oh, wow, this is neat. So she finally like.
I love it.
Yeah. So she's excited about going to Washington. She's less excited about the WordPress. She's like, she's been around
Yeah.
WordPress. She went WordCamp Phoenix. She like volunteered and helped out there, as one of the kid volunteers. And so she's been around WordCamps and been around WordPress people. And she's all cool with it, but not like super into. I've tried to get her publishing. Like we've tried with the blog and everything.
Yeah.
Then she tried an e-commerce site, but the customizer gets her every single time because she goes into the customizer and then thinks that she can edit pages there. And it's just like,
oh yeah, no, honey, it doesn't work that way.
yeah.
Well, my daughter's also coming to WordCamp US.
Oh, cool.
She wants the swag and the parties, so she will probably not be doing a lot of the sessions. So if Claire needs somebody to hang out with, she could probably hang out with Lydia. But
Awesome.
Lydia does have a WordPress website now, built on Cadence and
Yes,
hosted
of
on
course.
Nexus. It's at lidvicious, lydvicious.com. It's her new DJ business, and I built it for her. And you know what? She didn't go like, "Oh, mom, no, that's not what it doesn't look right." She was like, "Oh my God, I love this." And I was like, "Oh, the angels sang."
That is awesome. I love to hear it. That is so
Same.
cool.
Yeah, so freaking cool.
I'm glad I get to meet Lydia, so that's
I
exciting.
know. I'm excited for you to meet her too. So it'll be fun. It'll be cool. She gets to meet some more of my WordPress buddies and people, and it's exciting. She got to meet a bunch of people over in Athens too. So
cool.
very cool. Yeah.
All of the WordPress rock stars that are going to be so many of them. So
I love WordPress rockstars. I love everybody, don't get me wrong, but it's fun to jive with people who just get it and get you and are doing such amazing things in the community. And it just it's pretty cool stuff. Who are some WordPress rock stars you're looking forward to seeing soon?
Oh boy. There's a bunch of people that I've kind of been like talking to. There's like all kinds of there's been all kinds of discussion like WordPress security. I have my security people, like the WordPress security community. I know it's very niche. I
mean, I just heard nerd herd, but whatever.
We will be a nerd herd, but
okay,
I hear some people want to buy me a drink, so I'm open for that. So yeah, like so there's a guy, Calvin Elkin, who's like super brilliant, kind of a young mind in the WordPress security space. And he's coming over from Europe. So I really want to meet him. I think Thomas Rafe is going to be there and Patrick Gallagher from Grid Pain. So I want to meet them. Maestro, I think, is going to be there. My buddy.
He's speaking.
Oh, that's right. He's on that panel, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on the panel. Yeah, so I get to spend more time with him. We had a great time and had really I think I spent like 3 or 4 hours just hanging out with Maestro talking about everything from WordPress to life. See, here's
what an amazing person he is.
He's really smart and he's so supportive of other people. He's one to watch for. He's a rock star that's really up and coming. Has just such a great mindset. The thing is with WordPress, it's like we share the common vernacular. There's like a shorthand we don't have to explain, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to explain a post versus a page. I don't have to explain, remember when this happened with Avada or whatever. Like you don't have to explain any anything. It's like you have so many shared touch points, and you add on to that sort of like this mindset of service to other people. It's amazing. So he's one of my favorite rock stars, and of course he's in the Cadence community too. And so there's a few Cadence people too that I want to watch. That I want to meet and see in real life. How about you? Do you have people that you're looking forward to seeing?
Absolutely. So one of my WordPress best friends, like to the core, the person that texts me all day every day, and his wife knows I'm his work wife, by the way. She texts me all day every day too. Is Mark Westgard from WS Forum, and Casey, his wife, is coming too. So we're all doing dinner.
Oh, cool!
One of the nights. So I'm super excited, and I'm actually spending my birthday down in Georgia with them. They invited me to come down for a long weekend, so I'm going to be going down in October and spending time with them, and finally meeting their boys. Their 2 boys who I'm excited to meet. So
nice.
Sometimes their boys send me videos saying, "Michelle, when are you coming down?" And it just makes me happy. So definitely looking forward to seeing Mark and Casey. Marcus Burnett from
Yes.
GoDaddy Pro. He is one of the nicest people I know, I swear. And I always have a lovely time talking with him. I'm very much looking forward to seeing him again. Seen him a lot this year, which is super cool. We've been at like all of the same WordCamps, and it's really nice to kind of hang out and spend time chatting with him. He's pretty awesome. And then who was the other person? Oh, Nyesha Green is going to be there, and she's going to be at the community summit also, and I love her. Can I tell you the funniest thing? So when I met her at WordCamp US last year, she fangirled over me, which made me laugh so much because like I was fangirling over her right back. And now she's going to be the keynote speaker for WordCamp Rochester this fall on September 30th. So cool. And yeah, can't wait to hug her again. So really excited to see her. But yeah, oh my gosh, there's a list as long as my arm. Well, actually, there's a list as long as the WordCamp attendee list of people I look forward to seeing. But you know,
I'm only on the. I just loaded up the page, and I'm just on the A's, and there's all like 10 people, 20 people already. Anna Gargioni from Green Peaks, Angela Jin, Angela Bowman, all the Adams, Josepha. There's so many people. That's the thing is like.
When we were kids growing up, we would get the Sears catalog right before Christmas, the wish book, and you'd go through with a marker and circle the things you wanted. Like that's the WordCamp attendee list. Is I just go through and mentally circle all the people that I want to spend time with. They're my Sears wish list.
Pretty much. The thing is like there's no way I'm going to have like any more than a hug and how are you kind of conversation with this many people. That's what the hard part is. It's like I know. It's just going to be impossible.
But you're going to get a major hug from me, so be prepared.
Awesome. Yeah. After the past couple of weeks, I could use one.
Well, you're the number one rock star in my heart, Kathy, so.
Same. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Like, let's do something. Hey, I'm here.
I'm here. I know. It's like, that was, if you don't remember, folks, if you're still listening, I love when I say that. Like, if we haven't lost you yet, our first episode, I DM'd you on Slack at like 9:00 in the morning on a Friday. I'm like, hey, I want to do a project with you. You want to do a project with me? And you're like, yep, I'm in. What are we doing? I'm like, want to do a podcast? You're like, yeah, let's do a podcast. What are you going to do a podcast about? I'm like, I don't know. You want to do a motivational podcast and just kind of talk about fun stuff? You're like, yep. Okay, you want to record it this afternoon? Sure. Want to publish it over the weekend? Yeah. We built a website. Like we recorded it on Friday, built the website over the weekend, published our first episode on Monday. So we use Cadence because you can do things that fast. This is not not a Cadence commercial. They're not sponsoring us. We just really
sponsored
like
by Cadence. Hey, I'm director of marketing for Cadence, so I can say that. Sponsored by Cadence. Literally, here I am.
Exactly. So yeah, so we, we're kind of rock stars getting stuff done too, I guess, I mean, I don't like to put those titles on myself, but hey, if other people are going to apply it, I'm not going to like brush it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am excited. And we meet next week. And then if you're going to be at WordCamp US, we can do our live episode like we did in Phoenix.
I will bring better gear. We will be ready for this. It'll be
yes, so we fun. Will. I'm very excited about it. So very cool. All right. Well, we better wrap it up for now. Save something for next week. And I love you, Kathy. Thank you for being my partner in all things motivational. It was
awesome.
See everybody next week. Bye.
Bye.
This has been WP Motivate with Kathy Zant and Michelle Frechette. To learn more or to sponsor us, go to WPMotivate.com.